Okay, is this thing on? Okay, so, hi everyone, it's me, the Amazing World of Autistic Fanboy 2002 here. And today I'll be reviewing the fifth and final Lupin the Third movie, The Immortal Bloodline. So, tells the story about Lupin and his gang, like Gorman, Jigen, and Fujiku, go to this island, right, for the treasure, and all of a sudden, the island is sacred by this villain known as Muno. And there's the investigator called, I've forgotten his name, but when it comes to Lupin the Third anime, I really enjoyed watching part 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Part 1 is a classic, yeah, because nobody's ever talked about Lupin the Third. So, yeah, Lupin the Third is a hidden gem, to be honest. In my personal opinion, I really enjoyed Lupin the Third anime. I really enjoyed watching part 1. Yeah, part 1's a classic because it's a 70s anime from 1971 to 1972. And I do remember watching Lupin the Third part 2 from, the anime came out in 1977 to 1980, of course. Yeah, part 2 came out the same year, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and of course, you guessed it, Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, and The Last Dinosaur, which was 1977. And part 3. And I really enjoyed watching the first movie, which is Mystery and Mamau, from 1978, the same year as Halloween and Grease and Jaws 2. Yeah, but I don't want to keep the review too long, but let's talk about the story. Yeah, I've already mentioned they go to an island and it's... Yeah, but let's skip to the part. So, I really like the bit where they enter the island, where they go through the storm, and then they enter the island and it's very foggy. It kind of reminds me of Pandora from the movie Avatar, the James Cameron movie with the blue people. And then it was no ordinary island. It was a living island, which is usually alive. And it was moving. It kind of reminds me of that 1977 film, The Doctor and His Island. That came out in 1977 as well. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange film, is that. But, no, I don't mean Lupin the Third, the movie, The Immortal Bloodline, but that Doctor Island film, which is very strange, really. But enough of that. Let's talk about the characters. You have Lupin, Gorman, and Fujiku and Jigen. Yeah, they were pretty good. They usually do their usual stuff like they did in the anime. And it has some flashbacks from the previous Lupin the Third movies where Gorman fought Hawk. Yeah, Hawk comes back in this film. Yeah, and he don't see him for long. He gets killed off easily. And the one that Jigen faced when he shot his arm, he comes back but with a metal arm, which it kind of reminds you of the Winter Soldier from Captain America from Marvel, you know what I mean? I was like, what are you, the Winter Soldier? Yeah, Bucky, he's the Winter Soldier from Marvel. Well, so, overall, let's talk about the villain. The villain is honestly Muno. He kind of reminds me of the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where he's all immortal. Oh yeah, the climax of this film kind of reminds me of, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Kind of gives me a bit of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 vibes, I'm not going to lie. And then, yeah, it's sad that Lupin sacrificed himself. Yeah, when it gets to the end, where they're at the cemetery, and yeah, Lupin's grave was a bit torn down, and then the inspector tells the officer that they're going to arrest someone, And then Lupin's friends Gorman, Fujiko and Gigan leave. And that's how the film closes. Sorry, I sneezed. Back I was saying, overall, I give this film 8 out of 10. It's a good film. Thank you guys. Sorry, I just sneezed again. Watching. I'll see you in my next review. So, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.